Once upon a time, a young monk was committed to his spiritual practice. He practiced meditation daily, abided by the principles, and invested his time in studying spiritual texts. He took pride in his accomplishments and judged his fellow monks for their perceived lack of discipline and understanding. One day, he decided to seek wisdom from a renowned Zen master residing in a nearby sanctuary, hoping to impress him with his knowledge and seeking his affirmation. Upon reaching the sanctuary, he knocked on the door, greeted by the Zen master who welcomed him with a warm smile. Curious, the master asked for the purpose of his visit. The young monk responded, seeking his mentorship, expressing how he had been rigorously practicing and extracting wisdom from the scriptures. He posed a question to the master, asking the true essence of Zen. The Zen master acknowledged his question and invited him in for a cup of tea. Once inside, they settled down at a table where the Zen master served tea to his visitor. Upon tasting the tea, the young monk found it bitter. The Zen master enlightened him, stating that his self-pride and arrogance were the reasons he found the tea bitter. He was so full of himself that he failed to understand the true essence of Zen and was merely living in delusion. The young monk was taken by surprise and felt insulted. He couldn't control his rage, threw the cup on the floor, and lashed out at the Zen master, questioning his credibility. The Zen master calmly responded, stating that his uncontrollable anger and impulsiveness were proof that he was not practicing true Zen. Instead, he was practicing violence. Humbled, the young monk realized his mistake and asked for forgiveness, admitting his blindness and foolishness. The Zen master highlighted that his humility, willingness to admit mistakes, and readiness to learn were signs of true Zen practice, emphasizing on compassion. The young monk was enlightened and felt a sense of gratitude for the master's wisdom. When the young monk asked about the essence of Zen, the Zen master explained that it was about self-awareness, not judging others, self-comprehension, not being attached to personal beliefs, self-mastery, not being swayed by emotions, and sincere self-practice, not seeking validation from others. Grateful, the young monk acknowledged his understanding. However, the master corrected him, stating that those were his words and the true essence of Zen was a journey for each individual to discover. Central to Zen philosophy was self-focus, not focusing on others. Once there lived a monk who was incredibly dedicated to his spiritual journey. Every single day, he meditated, adhered to the practices, and delved into the scriptures. His accomplishments filled him with pride and led him to view his fellow monks as slackers and unknowledgeable. One day, he decided to consult an esteemed Zen master who resided in a neighboring shrine. He aimed to astound him with his wisdom and attain his endorsement. Upon reaching the shrine, he rapped on the door, and the Zen master greeted him with a cordial smile. The young monk sought his guidance, stating that he had been practicing earnestly for many years and had gleaned a wealth of knowledge from the scriptures, and had one question about the essence of Zen. The Zen master acknowledged his question and invited him inside to share a cup of tea. Once inside the sanctuary, they stationed themselves at a table, and the Zen master served them tea. When the young monk tasted the tea, he found it to be bitter. On this, the master explained that it was his own bitterness, rooted in arrogance and pride, that made the tea taste bitter. He further elaborated that the young monk thought he knew it all while, in reality, he didn't. He judged others but was blind to his own faults. He clung to his views with a lack of understanding of the truth. He was not practicing true Zen but was merely lost in delusion. This revelation left the young monk stunned and infuriated. In his fit of rage, he threw the cup on the floor, accusing the Zen master of being a fraud. However, the Zen master, unruffled, explained to the monk that his lack of patience, impulsiveness, and quick-tempered nature were proof that he wasn't truly practicing Zen but was practicing violence. Feeling humbled, the young monk confessed his mistakes, admitting his blindness and foolishness. The Zen master reassured him, adding that his humility, ability to acknowledge his mistakes, and eagerness to learn were indicative of true Zen practice, emphasizing compassion. The young monk had an epiphany and thanked the master for his insight. When asked for the essence of Zen, the Zen master expounded that it was about self-awareness and not about judging others, about self-understanding, not clinging to personal beliefs blindly, about mastering oneself, not being directed by one's emotions, and about sincere self-practice, not in seeking validation from others. Grateful, the young monk acknowledged his newfound understanding. However, the master corrected him, asserting that those were his words and the real essence of Zen was subjective, a journey unique to each individual. A core tenet of the Zen philosophy is to focus on oneself and not be distracted by others.